Hello everyone, ReeferGil here. In this video I want to talk about two issues that I had with the Tunze auto top off system and what I did to correct it. Before we get started with the main topic of this video, I want to go over a couple changes I've made. The first change that I've made is I'm now using a brand new Canon HFR 500 HD camera with a light and microphone. It's the first video I use it with, and this is the camera I'll be using from here on out. The other difference you'll notice is I'm now using a new video editing program, Sony Vegas Studio, edition number 11. As most of you know, my systems run off the Apex unit. The Apex unit has a variety of modules hooked up to it, including an AFS auto feeder. The auto feeder is scheduled to automatically feed the aquarium twice a day. The way it works is when the feeder turns on, my return pump and skimmer automatically shut off. My vortex circulation pumps will then go into automatic feed mode. This is done to allow the food to disperse over the surface of the water and to prevent it from going over to the overflow system and going to waste. So with the return pump turned off, the water in the display will then drain into the sump. The water level in the sump will then start to rise. With the Tunze auto top off running independently from the Apex, it used to be powered 24/7. The problem with that was that the float switch on the auto top off would signal that the water level was too high, and that annoying alarm would continuously sound until the return pump turned back on and the water level in the sump restored to its normal levels. I decided to run my Tunze off of my Apex unit. This time I programmed it so that when the return pump was off, the Tunze would be off. This eliminated that annoying alarm sound when the water level got too high, but it also created another issue. Many of you may not realize this, but the auto top off system is engineered to automatically prime itself whenever it's powered back up. So that means that every time the Apex powered up the Tunze would pump fresh RODI water into the sump for 30 seconds. In its default setting, that equates to 2 full cups of RODI being dumped into the system every time power was restored to the Tunze. In my case, since the auto feeder turned on twice a day, I was getting 4 cups of RODI unit that the system did not need. Having an auto top off system that is pumping fresh RODI water into your system when the system doesn't need it will cause the salinity level to lower. I keep my salinity levels right around 1.026 specific gravity, or 35 parts per thousand. Another issue created by the self-priming design of the Tunze system was that it was raising the water level in my sump, affecting vital equipment like my skimmer, which is designed to operate within a specific depth. This will also deplete your auto top off reservoir much faster. In my case, my reservoir is connected directly to my RODI unit downstairs, so I was using up the DI resid a lot faster than necessary. Another setting that I wanted to go over with you guys is that the unit is set up to shut off its pump after 10 minutes of continuously running. So after 10 minutes of continuously dumping water into your system, the system is going to say, hey, this is enough for any kind of system. We're shutting down to prevent a flood. It'll turn itself off, but you can do the math. In 30 seconds, you get 2 cups of water out of here. What can you get out of it after 10 minutes of continuously running? But at least it does have that safety feature built into it to prevent a flood. So another option that I had was to remove the 2 screws on the back of the control head. You'll find a knob in the back that's actually adjustable to lessen or increase the flow of water being pumped out from the pump and into your system. This is ideal for those of you who would like to make the appropriate adjustments depending on the size of your system. The design of the optical eye is fantastic. There are no moving parts, so snails and other critters can't interfere with the operation of the system. The float switch is another precautionary piece of equipment that Tunze added to the unit. The float switch, by the way, can be mounted on its own separate mounting bracket. So my fix to getting rid of the audible alarm when my feeder turns on or I'm doing maintenance to the system is to remove the float switch entirely, tape the switch up to the closed position and set it aside, and just run the unit with the optical eye only. To address the issue of the self-priming of the auto top-off system, what I've gone ahead and done is just left the power on at all times on the auto top-off, so no matter if the return pump turns off, the auto top-off is going to remain powered up so that I don't have any priming issues in the future. I did contact a representative from Tunze, and the answer that he gave me was a little surprising. After I explained the situation to him, he said they were fully aware of the issue. He said it only affects certain hobbyists, those hobbyists who decide to put the optical eye and the float switch in the sump area. He said that the optical eye and the float switch are designed to be mounted in the display tank where the water is not expected to rise much above the float switch itself. So there you have it. Please check out my new Facebook page. The link is down below. If you guys have any questions or comments, also leave those down below. If you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate a subscription. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.